going to be talking a little bit about what to do if you're feeling behind financially, which it seems like that's a lot of people right now. I
Oh
don't
yeah.
know how many people you've heard from recently that feel that way, but I think across the country, right, we have just the economy has shifted and people feel like they're drowning. And so we want to talk a little bit today about some different mindsets and different ways to think, to help shift where you are today to where, focus on where you're going. So with that, do you want to say anything before I kick off with our first point here?
No, I say let's go. I mean, that's a lot of it. People are frustrated. I think, they're struggling with, how do I pay for everything? I mean, you go to the grocery store, it's just outrageous. The gas pump, it's outrageous depending on where you're at and things like that. And it's frustrating. And a lot of people, um, it's easy to just kind of throw up your hands and say, well, there's nothing I can do. And a lot of it,
Mhm.
I don't know that that's the truth. I think a lot of it has to do with mindset and what you're doing. And really, we're all facing the same challenges, right? Costs have gone up, incomes may have gone up a little bit, but probably not enough to keep up with everything. So it's easy to fall into that. I don't want to say victim mentality because I think that takes away the sting a little bit of what's really going on, because there is some reality to it. However, you don't want to just roll over. You want to knuckle up and do what you got to do to make things happen. There's a lot of ways to earn money and things like that, but it all has to go back to what's your mindset. How are you reacting to it? You got two ways to react to the situation: throw in the towel, or just, okay, we're going to figure it out and try to find ways. So we're going to talk a little bit about that today. So I'm excited about this topic. I thought it was a good topic, and I'm glad you brought it up.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. So the first thing is really that, and we've talked about this before, but that scarcity versus
Mhm.
abundance mindset. So the difference between being in a scarcity mindset where we feel like there's never enough, right? We're looking at the situation in the world right now going, it's never going to get better. Oh, now this
Mhm.
strike's happening. This is happening, right? And we give the power away with that scarcity mindset to say that the
Yeah.
circumstances, the way the wind blows is what controls things, right, instead of that abundance mindset where we believe that opportunities are limitless, right? So
Yeah.
changing that shift in mindset.
Well, I think a lot of it too with the scarcity mindset, again, it becomes like that guy from Lord of the Rings, right? My precious, and you kind of you react out of fear, you hoard
Mhm.
your money or whatever the case may be, or you're just kind of really looking at things from a totally different perspective and having that mindset of plenty. It's not just going out and spending money like you've got an endless stream of it. That's not what I'm talking about, but being intentional and taking control, but realizing that if you've got things in place like a spending plan and things like that, where your money's at, and there are so many ways out there to make extra money. And one
Mhm.
of the simple analogies I use with people is, are you the type of person that says, oh, my parents used to say this to me when I was a kid, right? Oh, we can't afford that, or we can't afford to
Yeah.
do that, or whatever the case may be. I'm sure a lot of you have heard that as well from your parents. But rather than shifting to that, shifting to how can we make that happen?
Mhm.
Right? What do we need to do to make that happen? Well, we need a new roof on the house, or we need a new okay, how can we make that happen?
Yeah.
Rather than doing without because, we can't afford it or whatever the case may be. Now, that's not saying go out and rob a bank. It's not what I'm saying, but finding ways, it's just again that little shift in mindset of finding the solution rather than just taking a hit at face value and saying we can't do it because of X,
Right.
right?
Yeah. Instead of looking at the circumstances, look at the opportunity.